Hello everyone, hope you all are enjoying your day today. Today I am reviewing Telltale's The Walking Dead Season 1. The game came out on April 24th, 2012 and was critically acclaimed by literally everyone. And if you're wondering, I am playing the Definitive Collection, including all 4 seasons and DLC. Now before I review the game, I want to apologize before the review begins because I may not know certain stuff of The Walking Dead comics. I know it was made by Robert Kirkman, but I've never read a single comic. And I don't know certain video game terms. So, I'm a movie guy, but every once in a while I love to play video games casually. This is one of these examples. So anyways, here we go. Let me give you a little rundown. We start with our main character, Lee Everett, who was on his way to prison when the zombie apocalypse happened. Lee rescues and takes care of a young girl named Clementine, who protects Lee throughout the game to help her reunite with her parents. That's basically the main plot, while we meet some other colorful quote-unquote characters along the way. The gameplay consists of making hard decisions and dialogue options. You control Lee and decide how he treats his peers, though sometimes some of your actions are out of your control. For example, when you're in the police and you're talking, the police talks about, oh yeah, you probably married the wrong woman. You can't answer anything because Lee steps back. Though you're technically not Lee, you do control most of his actions. Every once in a while, Lee just does things. So anyways, the gameplay consists of, like solving problems, shooting, having quick reflexes. I don't have a quick reflex, so I died a few times. And by what I mean by a few times, I mean a lot of times. I made stupid decisions. I was very careless, but that's just me. The game itself plays really well, though sometimes it does feel a little bit stiff when you move around. You do have a lot of options of looking around and talking to players. In characters, and you improve their relationship, or you make it worse if you want to. But that's pretty much the basics of the game. The writing of the game is fantastic. The game feels very real and doesn't feel wooden at all with its dialogue. It feels very natural. And you don't feel like these are just video game characters. You feel like they are real people. And that's what I like. Now, before I probably won't talk about anything else, so I will talk about the decisions I made in those episodes. But before I go into spoilers, I want to give my review of those episodes. So, give me a minute. Alright, episode 1 is a 9 out of 10. Episode 2 is a 9 out of 10. Episode 3 is a 10 out of 10. Episode 4 is an 8 out of 10. And episode 5 is a 10 out of 10. The reason I gave episode 4 a lower score is mainly because I feel like the episode dragged a bit while we were at Crawford. Anyways, now I'm going to give my thoughts on the characters. Lee and Clementine are iconic. I really can't do their characters justice just by telling you. Their characters are so good, and their relationship is so great. I love it, and it really has a great payoff. Kenny is another great character. However, I do have one problem with him. No matter what you do with Kenny, sometimes he'll call you out on something you wouldn't think would matter. For example, when Kenny and Lily were arguing in episode 3, I decided not to side with anyone and remain neutral. Kenny later calls me out on it, even though I sided with him to kill Larry at the meat locker. Dude has so many mood swings, but I can at least understand it since he lost his whole family. I'm too lazy to talk about other characters, so here's a tier list. Alright, now I want to talk about the decisions I made in the game. Now don't get mad at me with the decisions I made. I'll explain why I made some of them, but I'll speedrun it quickly. Starting with episode 1, A New Day. I chose to be honest with Herschel since lying can only get me so far, I thought. Next, I tried to save Sean because I thought Kenny would save Doug, which I was right, so I thought saving Sean would save them both. I was wrong. Next, I sided with Kenny and tried to reason with Larry that Duck wasn't bitten. Next, I refused to give Irene the gun because I thought it was fucked up. Oh, that decision didn't matter much, actually. And lastly, I saved Carly because I thought she would be more useful than Doug. In my opinion, I definitely made the right choice. Next episode, I cut David's leg off. I let Lee shoot Jolene. I helped kill Larry in the meat locker. I didn't kill both St. John brothers, which much to the dismay of Lily and I stole food from the cart. Episode 3, long road ahead. I did not shoot the girl in the street. I left Lily on the road. I talked Kenny down. I shot Duck because no parent should kill their own son, and I helped Omid first because he had an injured leg. Okay, around every corner. I killed the boy in the attic. I was honest to Vernon. I brought Clementine with me to Crawford. I pulled Ben up, and I revealed my bike to the group. Lee getting bitten was definitely the biggest shocker. I would expect him to get bitten in this big, sequence, but it was very minor, and I guess I really liked that. It was subverting expectations, but correctly. And his payoff to, his death was very, very depressing, but I'll get to that in a bit. So, with the crew, Ben, Krista, and Omid came with me. Kenny was a little salty, so he didn't come with me. Episode 5, No Time Left. I removed Lee's arm because I wanted at least a little chance for him to survive. I lost my temper with Kenny. I surrendered my weapons, and I killed a stranger because screw that guy, but he was a great villain. And I made sure Lee didn't turn. That ending was brutal, and I was holding in my tears. The reason was not because I was trying to be tough, it was because my little brother would have made fun of me. Anyways, the last thing I want to bring up is that the game is really depressing to play. It's just, sometimes it was a little too hard to play, I'm not gonna lie, but I never stopped, I never took a break, because I just loved it so much because of the great writing and characters. And I really want to continue the story of Clementine, so I'll review Season 2 once I'm done playing it. As of right now, I'm giving The Walking Dead Season 1 a solid 10 out of 10. Hope you guys are doing well during this terrible time, and see you guys later, hopefully.